I got the deuce in the trunk of my car. Oh, yeah. Do you know who sings that song?
Come on, Sancho. Huh?
Do you know who sings that song?
Of course I know who sings that song.
Who sings that song? Who?
Who? It's Sublime.
Oh, very good, very good. That's very good, my friend. Very good, very good. Hello, welcome to another show of West Coast Flunkies. As you can tell, we've been screwing around a lot. We've been screwing a lot.
Too much.
All right.
Tubuku.
We got a lot of stuff to cover today. So, I'm Carlos. That's Noah. Hi, Noah.
I'm Noah.
He's
Hello.
Noah. I'm Carlos. This is West Coast Flunkies, and we got a lot of stuff to cover, so let's get to it. We're going to kind of do some news first, kind of get that out of the way, and then we're going to go into the race reports and some new stuff that I'm actually excited on the Jeep that they presented out at Easter Jeep Safari and then took out to the Jeep Beach this past weekend. So let's get into it. So, thing I want to cover, obviously the big topic right now, there's two big topics. There's a Nepal earthquake and there's the Baltimore riots that happened. Both tragic in its own right, and then it's kind of sad. On the Baltimore riot side, somebody dies, people start looting, rioting. That's kind of a shame. People shouldn't be doing that stuff. If you were going to protest, Martin Luther King did, a peaceful protest and stuff, and there's no need for. Yeah.
Did you see the video of the mama kicking the crap out of her son? She saw her son in a mask and stuff, and there's like this video. Awesome. She's just that's
gone
mom
viral.
of the year right there.
That's mom of the year.
Yeah.
That's if you get kids, even growing up, there's really no need to go looting and robbing your own stores. You guys live there, and that makes no sense. That really makes it. You're destroying your own neighborhoods.
Your home, yeah.
Yeah, that makes no sense to me.
Hey, but what do you say that I believe? I don't want to make light of the Baltimore, riots and whatnot, but I think they need to stop sending out SWAT and police and just send out a bunch of angry, embarrassed mamas to handle it. And I think they get some more accomplished.
Yeah, if you get moms like the one that's beating her son halfway across the street, we'd have less.
Well, I think what's great too is at first she thought it was him. Yeah. And she didn't quite recognize. She had an idea it was him, and she was going to go let this kid have it regardless of. So, I mean, she was out there doing her job as a member of society, not even just as a mom, So, I get commends to her for.
So, the next thing that's kind of, it sucks that happened. What happened to with this whole situation, but that's not a way to get bring attention to the situation. So
change is necessary. There is some abuse of power and things going too far, but we can't stoop to the level of those people. We have to let our government and everybody know that it's not going to be tolerated.
Yeah.
But not in a manner where you're just making things worse.
Yeah.
So it's obvious that change is needed.
Yeah.
But there's right channels to go about it.
Yep. And we're not going to preach on how to get to those channels. You guys obviously are smart enough to do that stuff. We're going to move on. The next thing that we had was the Nepal earthquake. That was kind of
devastating.
Yeah, that was devastating. There's a video, and I'll post the link. We're going to post the links on if you're on YouTube, it'll be in the description. If you're on iTunes, it'll be on, you click on the picture and you get the show descriptions and all that and all the links, social links and everything. But there's a video, and I'll post the video also, of when the earthquake hit. Somebody's videotaping as the earthquake is happening, and they're like, the ground is shaking. the ground is shaking, and then he pans the camera up, and then you see a wall of white coming towards you, and they're running to their tents, like running. They get in their tents, you hear
the avalanche.
Yeah, the avalanche comes right at the base camp and stuff. And that was crazy video. So we hope that there's some tragedy there, but we hope that we find everybody that we need to find, and people are getting accounted for, and families get to know where all the people are. It's a big tragedy there with the earthquake, but that is Mother Nature, and sometimes she gets mad and she wants to shake. So
flexes her power, and there's not much we can do about it. Just accept it. I personally I haven't been in a life-threatening or dangerous, but I've been in some big ones. I personally enjoy them from a scientific aspect, I guess. I track USGS. I like to know how deep they are, the types they are. Like I'm not entertained by the devastation, but by the way our Earth works and how small it really makes us. So, not to go too deep or too strange, but I quite am interested in understanding why and how they work.
Yeah.
And so that's just me, though. I'm a bit of a geek.
Well, plate tectonics is very interesting how it all works and how it, comes together, or actually how an earthquake happens, from deep down or superficial or mid-level and stuff. So I'm not a
it works too. It's helpful it also benefits, because I have young children that are, my boy's not so much intimidated, but I still got a young daughter that kind of panics, when they get it. And what I can do is redirect and kind of give a scientific breakdown and a way things work and why they work. And one, it takes her mind off of it. But two, it's funny because they'll laugh at me because I'm just giving this whole presentation. And they're like, Dad, you talk too much. But you know what? I just wasted a half hour of you not panicking, going, oh my gosh, what, I completely, so good. Laugh at me. I'm okay that you guys laugh at me, but also I taught them something. They don't realize it, but I teach them something. Teach them that if you appreciate it or if you fear it, it will consume you. But if you can respect the power, which means that you take caution, you prepare, you do these things, and know that they're coming, you're not going to lose it and be a detriment to yourself also. But, the biggest time killer. So it's a good thing to help those little ones that are afraid. Oh.
So our next topic is, I think you wanted to bring something up on change.org or something, kind of a news thing.
Oh, yeah. So. I've been super, I don't know if it's geek about it, but since joining the Twitter, I've come across the change.org and a lot of the petitions that are being presented, and a lot of them are frivolous, but a few have hit kind of important to me, and I really kind of investing in, and even all the change.org as I want everybody to kind of be in, but there's two that really hit me, and there's the one about a young boy. He's a 6th grader named Caleb. He's autistic. And he had his issues, and, his social ideas, were different. And he got into a run-in with a campus police officer. And next thing you know, they're pulling him up on assault charges because the kid kicked the can and just didn't want to be touched. And, the autistic children differ from normal kids. They're the way they feel and act. And so now they're gonna try to lock this kid up on a felony for assault on a police officer. So there's a petition for the judge to try to get the judge to throw this case out. That's just completely obnoxious and frivolous and out of hand. The other one is there is a petition to disbar the lawyer Gregory McLaughlin. He's the lawyer that's trying to write the bill to legalize killing gay people. Oh. And so there's a petition out to just bar him because he's got all kinds of shady practices and things going. So there's another one that's there. But I don't want to go big on them because I don't want to preach or whatever, but these are just two that are kind of strong with me, and I'm boosting. So if you go to my Twitter, which we'll post up, you'll see, if you're interested, and even just to change.org, there's plenty that a lot of people go, because there's a couple others. A small one I'll hit, the young lady that's trying to hunt in Africa, and she's like killing these lions and rhinos and who's all. So I don't want to get too preachy, and I just wanted to relate that change.org, our voices are important, same as we were talking about on the Baltimore riots. Our voices are important. If enough people get out there and say there's enough of this. Now, a petition's not necessarily going to say, oh, well, we signed enough, it changes. But if enough people complain, the squeaky wheel has to get greased. So if you have any issues with what's going on, the first way to start is peacefully just sign a petition, write a letter, let people know, tell your friends. So that's there, change.org. We'll put it's on there. So I don't want to go too much into it, but I've been addicted to doing my part, I guess we'll call it. So that's all, nothing crazy. But it's been like crack. A lot of people play the Candy Crush. I'm reading change.org. That's my new addiction.
Nice. All right. So our next thing is to kind of quickly go over some race stuff. And I think our first thing is talk about the Nora. What is Nora? So apparently, I don't know what it is.
Is Nora the sponsor, like the event, like Score and MDR and that type of stuff, or is Nora the location?
So here's what Nora stands for. So Nora stands for National Off-Road Racing Association, and what they do is provide some races out in Baja and stuff. And the current race that started on Saturday. Friday was tech inspection for bikes. Tech inspection for Saturday was in Ensenada for the cars. And this is a stage race. So if you think of rally racing, it's kind of the same thing. Every day you have a stage you got to go to and stuff. So the bikes, their first day was tech inspection and ride down to Ensenada. Go from Ensenada to Rosario to San Ignacio to Loreto to La Paz to Cabo. And that basically takes you to most of all Baja, just the peninsula there. Takes you all the way down.
Like rip the tip, huh?
Yeah, basically all the way down, and then you finish there. So the cars will take off Saturday. No, they take off Sunday and then finish the race on Wednesday. So, by the time this airs, they'll pretty much they'll have one more day left.
You said stages like the car is stages and stuff, but just on a smaller scale.
Racing. So if you think of rally racing, every day they have a stage, basically like a car. So these are old. These are kind of old, like Broncos and stuff like that. So they got different rules. Let's see here. So they got vintage vehicles.
Okay, so and it doesn't. Okay.
So the vintage eligibility, you have to have a vehicle that's, built in 1992 or earlier. Beam cars based on VW front end are allowed to enter vintage categories. Wow. Production vehicles newer than 1992.
1992 is vintage?
Well, 1992 may enter.
Scary, the way the world.
Yeah. Historic trophy.
Sorry.
So the historic trophy has to be at least 20 years old. No GPS trail will be provided for the evolution route. Maximum tire size for the trophy category is 37 inches. So we're going to post this on there and stuff. There's the reason I bring this up is because we had a guest, one of our very first guests was Josh, and he works for a team called Level Racing, and they have a Bronco there, and that's the Bronco he was working on. Is kind of the YouTube fan. They're the one down there now. So they're
a guest on Coast to Coast Outdoors.
Yeah, Coast to Coast Outdoors. So
right.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, this will just
so it's not like a big crazy like trophy trucks, kind of similar to like the score running where there's like everyone. It's kind of a select type of vehicles to do this, or
just select type of vehicles to do this. I'm not the resident expert.
That's
I just read to you what they posted on here and stuff, but
I never heard of it before, so that's interesting.
All the information will be on our YouTube page and our iTunes at the bottom and stuff.
On the line.
Yep, they'll be on the line.
On the line.
So, we rock. Rock crawling is back. I think somebody put that hashtag out there. Said rock crawling is back. So, we rock happened this week in Rouse Creek. Let's look at the results here. So, we rock. Unlimited class. Ooh, I'm going to have to make this bigger. Unlimited class is Carl Shortridge and Mike Fox. And they placed first. Dean Beener and Joshua Mazzaroli. Dude, I'm going to screw up everybody's name here. Josh Jordan and Joe Pierce is in third place. Dean Beener and is in second place. I screwed up his name royally. Pro Modified is Brandon Bloom, Kyle Brusso. Second place, Danny Rohner. Third place, Daryl Sundin. Sportsman class, Jeff Cameron. He was the only contestant in there, so he got first place. Sportsman C class would be Ron Lynn and Ron Loeb. Second place, Gene Broder and Joe Pierce. Laurie Gray and Brian Gray. Third place. We'll have all the results or the link for all that stuff on there. If you want to know more, you can go to werocklive.com and go from there. And our last one here is from ECourse. ECourse had a race out in Cumberland, Kentucky. So,
Kentucky.
Ding, 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 ding. So, here are the results for UTV. Mitch Truitt from Truitt Racing. Second place, Alex Truitt from Truitt Racing. Well, I guess they just needed one more UTV. They would have had 1, 2, and 3. Third place is Tim Daniel, Camel Guys Racing. A class, they had Mark Zabeth from Z-Man Off-Road. Buffy came in second from Darlington Off-Road. Third place is Josh Wilson. I know Josh. Josh has a Cherokee. He's pretty fast in that Cherokee too. Congratulations, Josh. C-Class, Jeff Caudill, After Hours Racing. Second place is Michael Finnegan from What Would Scooby Do? And third place, Justin Malloy from J&R Motorsports. And TT Trail, I think that's the trail class. Ton Biddle, Red 7 Racing, and second place, and Henry Stroyer from Z-Man Off-Road. Let me just make sure that that's... Oh, no. So the TT class is the Toyota Trail class. C class, if you guys are wondering, is the Unlimited. B is the Modified, basically, you have a Modified class. Okay. So, and then you have Class A, which is stock. All right. So that is all the stuff we have for the racing stuff. All the racing events that I wanted to cover. Remember, people, that you can look us up at Coast to Coast Outdoors on Twitter and also on Facebook, and I'm debating whether or not to have a West Coast Flunkies Facebook and Twitter page, but that gets pretty hectic to to start managing because I got like 3 other pages that I manage. So, but yeah, so that's kind of it. Is there anything else we wanted to talk about before we get into this other stuff?
Yeah, you're gonna describe the concept video of the chief.
Yep. So we got 2 videos for you. 2 videos. Our first video today is courtesy of me eating dirt. Actually, I ate concrete. But, so let us show you this video. All right, now that you guys got to see how I fell and thought I was a young teenager, I thought I was a young teenager. I thought I was going to do real good like.
That's awesome.
But no, yeah, those were my nieces and nephews and my brothers and sisters, my wife. Even my wife was pointing at the end. So yeah. Back in the day, I was a pretty good skater. Not so much anymore. This happened like 3 or 4 years ago.
I find that hard to believe.
No,
Sorry.
Come on.
Just because you stopped skating for 10 years, that didn't look like there used to be a good skater in that body.
Well,
and after watching that eating crap, I can get on a skateboard right now because I used to be good.
20 years probably.
I could, even with my bad back, I could go step on a skateboard and ride off a curb and not land on my butt. Full wreck status.
I don't know. I
want to call BS a little bit.
No.
Find some video when you were a kid skateboarding. I want to see some proof there, buddy.
First off, do you know how big the cameras were when I was a kid? You had to put it on your shoulder. It was like a full-on camera. Like, it was huge.
Yeah.
Nobody was going to carry a camera just to videotape skating.
We used to video.
Well, I was in the ghetto.
We used to video ourselves.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there's that. Our next video, unless you want to rip on me some more, you can rip on me more if you'd like. Our next video
No, I'm good. I've had my share. We laughed at you behind your back last night.
I noticed that people have been watching that video constantly, and I had to put that private because it was gonna get too viral. So, and I wanted to show this on here first. So I made the video.
I went ahead and saved it so I can just.
It'll get released.
Show it as. Yeah.
It'll get released.
Yeah. I already have it saved. It's already.
No, it's already saved.
Yeah.
All right, our next video is the Jeep Chief. So, the Jeep Chief is an awesome concept video, and I hope they bring it out. So here's that video.
All right.
So as you guys just saw, that was the Jeep concept vehicle. That's a pretty cool vehicle. I like the throwback look. Yeah, the throwback look, and
yeah,
it's a nice. Basically, what it is.
That front clip is nice. That front clip is nice because I hate when they kind of do new concept vehicles that kind of resemble it, but they don't take a lot of the good parts that are recognizable. And like when you see that front, it's almost like no way. Like it looks like it. I understand styling and getting the rest, but that front clip was iconic, and like I'm impressed by it. Like it's really nice to see a true throwback. So
yeah, so that's pretty good. I hope that they. I hope that they bring it back. I really do. I hope they make a production class of it because it's a really good one. So.
I do. Because I got excited about the Gladiator, the big J10 they were gonna redo, and it kind of just tanked off. So I was really excited about that concept a few years back. So it'd be nice. I hope it's a nice one.
Yeah. So yeah.
Awesome.
But all right. So for this week we got full shows. So we got the Coast to Coast Outdoors that we're doing. We're gonna do a trail review out here from San Mateo County, California. There's a little park that I went to this weekend. We'll do like a little review on that on Coast to Coast Outdoors, which will air by the time you guys see that the next day. Then we have Coast to Coast Off-Road, which will have a guest. We'll have a guest. He's in a competition as it's Top Truck. So it's called Top Truck Vote. Yeah. And what it is basically
You had it written down?
I had it written down. That's our tagline. Written down.
Written it down.
So
read it down.
He's going to explain to us his Jeep. It's a nice Jeep. It's called Tomb Raider. And basically it's got crazy articulations on coilover. It's got a suck down winch on the axle. It's got nice beefy axles, Yukon gears, all kinds of nice stuff. I think of Rigid Industries light bar and stuff.
Awesome.
So it's a really nice Jeep. Know the guy, so he'll be on this week also. We'll get that posted out, so that'll be 2 days. But I think that's it. Again, you can find us on social media, which is C2C Outdoors on Twitter and Facebook. And then you can also go to the website at ncnspreview.com. Again, ncnspreview.com. Anything else you want to say, buddy?
Good.
Very good, very good. So that's all we got for this show. And we'll talk to you guys next week. Thank you. Come again. Goodbye.